One Punch Man episode 71 blew my mind as Saitama one-punch Goku to the other world, and if you're not already convinced that Hit is multiple times more powerful than Goku, we actually dig deeper into the source of Hit's power. And boy oh boy, after watching this video, you're going to know the secret to Hit's ultimate powers.
Be the first to learn about breaking news, anime leaks, fan dubs, and in-depth analysis videos. Subscribe to Anime Live Reactions and enable notifications. Hashtag Notification Squad.
Hola mi gente, my name is Upai Senpai. Welcome to Anime Theory, a brand new series on our YouTube channel inspired by the legend himself, MatPat. But today, we're going to be talking about another legend, the legendary assassin, Hit. After hours upon hours of analyzing, research, and rewatching episodes, we found the secret to Hit's special techniques. Drum roll, please. The source of Hit's techniques is molecular science. Let me explain. From what we've seen so far up to episode 72 preview, Hit has 6 special techniques. That's right, 6. The most special one is, or the most obvious one, is his time skip technique first seen on episodes 38 through 40. The second is Hit's ability to completely freeze Goku during a time skip. The third is his special technique he used against Frost on episode 35. The fourth is his deadly One Punch Man attack. And the fifth is the special technique that makes any attack go right through him. Now, the last technique, the special technique, is something we're going to review at the end of this video. So in the meantime, let's begin with number 5. At first glance, you might think that Hit is performing a phasing technique similar to that of the Flash and Reverse Flash from the DC Comics. In this technique, users are able to vibrate so fast that their bodies can phase through objects. The added benefit of phasing is that it can also be used as a deadly attack, and users still have the full mobility of their bodies. However, that is not what Hit is using, because from what we see in episode 71 and episode 72 preview, Hit is unable to move and unable to attack and unable to use his powers while he is using this technique. So if Hit isn't phasing, then what is he doing? The answer, my friends, is molecular oscillation. Molecular oscillation gives users the ability to vibrate molecules at such high frequencies that they become intangible, and that is why Goku's attacks phase right through him. However, molecular oscillation has a huge drawback. When molecular oscillation is active, users are not able to perform any attacks nor harm their opponents, and that is exactly what we see in episode 72 preview and in episode 71. In order for Hit to attack Goku, he has to turn off his molecular oscillation. Hey Goku, I just exposed Hit's weakness for you. You're welcome. But now, I want to move over to the so-called time skip. Sure, the word time skip sounds really cool, but that's not actually what Hit is doing. The show has lied to you and has misled you to believe that Hit can temporarily freeze time. That doesn't really make any sense. Here's why. If Hit truly has the power to manipulate time to the degree that he can temporarily stop time itself, then Goku would never be able to land a punch on Hit. It doesn't matter how fast Goku is. Goku could be the fastest person in the multiverse, and still, he wouldn't be able to land a punch on Hit or even move if he truly had temporarily stopped time. So, if Hit is not manipulating time, then what exactly is he doing? The answer is time perception manipulation. Time perception manipulation is a subdivision of perception manipulation and doesn't have anything to do with time manipulation. In fact, here's how it works. When Hit enables his time perception manipulation abilities, he is able to control the perception of time on himself and on others by influencing the senses' speed to the point where anything appears to have stopped motionless, which causes the person to be paralyzed and stop moving completely. And that is why in our eyes, it looks like he is time skipping. Hence, that's why it's called a time skip. But don't be fooled. Hit is not freezing time, merely he gives the illusion of time skip by using time perception manipulation. But there is another layer that Hit adds to this technique, and that is his ability to physically cover Goku in a layer of ice. So is Hit auditioning to be the main role of Frozen 2? Wrong. Hit doesn't have any ice powers. What you see here is not eyes, but instead molecular inhibition. Molecular inhibition gives the user the ability to halt the movement of molecules, causing the victim to be encapsulated in crystallized ice. And that is exactly what HIT does to Goku. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, that's cool and all, but how was HIT able to take down Frost with those laser beams that seem to appear out of nowhere? Don't worry, my subscribers, you have questions and we have answers. HIT has a special ability that almost looks like a combination of a laser and a shockwave. Basically, when HIT hits his opponents, you see a purple beam come out of their bodies after HIT makes physical contact with them. But in the case of HIT versus Frost, there was no physical contact, just a bunch of beams coming out of nowhere. So what exactly did HIT do? The answer is molecular combustion. Molecular combustion gives the user the power to speed up the molecules, causing the target to combust or to explode. In this case, in the case of Universe 6 and Universe 7 tournament, whenever HIT punched his opponents, he caused the molecules to be affected in the area that he punched, and that sped up the molecules so fast that they were able to combust into a purple shockwave. In the case of HIT versus Frost, HIT used the time skip technique to physically punch Frost. However, we never actually see that happen because we see the perspective of Frost, not the perspective of HIT. But trust me, HIT did in fact punch Frost, we just don't see it happen. Now, let's talk about what HIT did to Goku in episode 71. This is actually very easy. This attack is the original form of his molecular combustion technique. It can speed up the molecules from a distance, and what you see in the Universe 6 vs Universe 7 saga was a watered down, non-lethal version of what HIT did to Goku. Now that we covered the main 5 techniques, it's time to talk about the last technique, a technique we saw in episode 71 when HIT went to kill the mob boss. At first glance, you may think that this is a time skip technique, which we have already exposed to really just be a time perception manipulation. However, if you pay close attention, HIT first uses time perception manipulation and then he follows it by another layer that we have never really seen before. This is called molecular immobilization. Molecular immobilization, if I say that right, basically allows the user to cause the molecules of an object or a living organism to freeze in place, giving the effect similar to time stopping. They are capable of freezing select objects or only parts of a person while leaving the rest of the body in motion, or even freezing an entire area. In addition, targets' consciousness are also immobilized and they are unaware of anything that transpired while they were frozen. So, in this case, HIT allowed the mob boss to retain consciousness and movement while he used his time perception manipulation, and while everyone else was frozen by molecular immobilization. So now that you know that HIT has the abilities of time perception manipulation, molecular inhibition, molecular immobilization, molecular combustion, and molecular oscillation, we have come up with the conclusion that the source of HIT's power is molecular manipulation. In other words, HIT has the power to manipulate matter on a molecular level, which means that we haven't really seen anything just yet. HIT has other abilities that will probably be revealed in the Universe Survival Arc tournament, and boy oh boy, the rest of his abilities in the next arc are going to blow you away. HIT is much more powerful than you can imagine. Actually, it's really scary to the potential of HIT's ability, because if our theory is correct, HIT has the potential to win the whole tournament if he's able to fully explode his whole ability. But hey, it's just a theory, an anime theory. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to be featured in our next anime theory video, how about you give us a theory yourselves? You can go to honestanime.com, create an account, click on add post, and then click on story. And make sure you guys give us pictures, evidence, sources, and give us your best theory. And if you do a good job, we will send you an email and we will feature you in our next anime theory video. In the meantime, guys, I want you guys to watch our previous anime theory videos the Beerus kills Zamasu in Dragon Ball Super, which is more of a what-if scenario, but also the biggest and ultimate weakness of Vegito and Zamasu, and that theory was actually spot on to what actually happened. And I will see you guys tomorrow.